Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I have decided to participate in the Fearless30 Challenge, which is asking us to step out and be visible for 30 days about something that we are really passionate about, something that we resonate with deeply, whether it's a personal experience or whether it is global change that we'd like to affect. So for those of you who are new to me, I am an intuitive empowerment and mindset strategist, and I love to help people to identify, activate, and translate the gifts that they have into their business and life and give themselves the permission to show up as who they are. And so this is me also embodying that, stepping out and becoming visible. Because over the past 2 years, I've gone through some incredible traumas and life-changing experiences. And the one thing that has truly pulled me through is personal empowerment. It's really stepping back into my power, reclaiming my power. I have realized through this journey that I have really built my identity around other people and invested in them with the expectation that they must be responsible for my happiness. So if I'm giving you this, then I am expecting in return. And what a big responsibility to give to someone else. So when they then decide to step out of that journey, they no longer want to take that responsibility. What can follow is a lot of confusion, a lot of blame, a lot of anger. And it's really just because we've given our power to someone away to someone else. A lot of my control issues that started manifesting in this journey was because I was feeling unsafe, because information was being withheld from me. And so I have this intuitive side that knew that something was out of alignment, knew that it wasn't the picture that was being portrayed. And so then finding out that those intuitive hits were correct was quite a big shock. And being able to see the potential of someone or the potential of the situation made me continue to drive and expect the other parties to change. And the control then stepped in because I was feeling so unsafe. And it wasn't the first time in my life that this happened to me. At the age of 26, I found out that I was adopted, and it literally pulled the carpet out from under me. I had built up this whole identity and narrative around who I am and how I'm supposed to act, and just this whole story of my life based on all the characters that played their various roles in my life. So finding out that it was almost like a little bit of a play, that it wasn't real, was a big shock. And I then got to know my biological dad for 7 years, thankfully. And I still, till today, he passed away subsequently. And still till today, I believe that the universe put me with the right dad. The right dad actually raised me, because even though he made mistakes and he didn't always know how to share authentically and openly with me, there were other really good character traits that I did learn from him, and that has taken me really far in life. And so when that pattern repeated itself many years later, and I then realized that again, I had built my identity based on somebody else's version of the truth. It was again a big shock and disillusionment, and it made me go back into that control issue of like, now I feel unsafe. I can't trust anymore. So I've got to try and control all these possibilities, all these possible pieces that could go wrong. And it put me on high alert. It made me close off my heart. It made me go into defensive mode where the slightest things would trigger me. It put me into PTSD, where previously things that were really good and loving and connected would now trigger me as not being safe, because they didn't last, or they weren't true. They were based on a false story. And the reality is, when we give our identities away to someone else, when we build our whole life based on who they want us to be, or who they project on us who they want us to be, and we play along and we give our power away to them, that responsibility of keeping us happy becomes really heavy on the other person, and it becomes a really draining experience, because ultimately nobody else can carry that heavy a responsibility for the rest of their lives. Nobody is here to just serve another person. And that's a big lesson to learn, to just realize, even when we love so deeply, when we love unconditionally, that still doesn't mean that we are here to sacrifice ourselves for other people. It's just not how it works. We are here to really fulfill our potential, to step into our purpose, to be the truest and best version of who we are. And that in itself brings amazing energy and love and inspiration and connection and forward movement and expansion into this world when we are just fully who we are, embodying who we fully are. And so that's been my process, is learning what the steps are to really truly empower myself, to find that inner alignment about what is right for me, not what other people have conditioned me to be, what I've learned and what I've seen, and that old formula of just take these steps and then you'll be relatively happy. I would like to have full happiness, and I have manifested some truly lifelong dreams. I live on a dream come true farm. I've got my beautiful horses. My children get to have a lovely outdoor lifestyle. I'm going to climb to Mount Everest base camp in September, which is a dream I even forgot that I had. I had this dream probably in my early 20s, maybe even a little bit younger. So I forgot, and I got the invitation last year, not knowing how I was going to make it happen, not knowing that I was going to go through this whole big change in my life, that would have a financial, physical, and emotional effect on me. And here we are, 3 months to go, and the dream is so close. And my health has never been this good. My energy has never been this good. My relationship with my children has never been this good. I actually love being a mother now, where before it was just so exhausting with so much hard work. And since I've taken my power and my energy back from other people, I now have the space and the capacity. I have done a lot of healing work, because self-empowerment means that we cut the stories of everybody else. We cut the layers that we've taken onto ourselves to protect ourselves and mask ourselves. And it's a continuous journey. I still do a lot of heart healing. I still do a lot of clearing off the layers of protection that I've put in place for myself, which has also created barriers to other things like clients or money or friendships. And now I've extended my friendship circle. I now have a global friendship circle of people that are truly there for me. They love and support me. I have manifested money. I have manifested people, adventures, experiences, just the most amazing things in the past year. Has it always been smooth and graceful and easy? Absolutely not. There were times when I was down on the floor, where the wheels came off and I wasn't my graceful self, where I gave over to the emotions, to the anger, to the bitterness, to the disappointment, and it wasn't pretty. And I was able to pick myself up and say, this is all part of the learning experience. We are still figuring this out. We're still learning. We're getting to know how this thing called life actually works. And by empowering ourselves and giving ourselves the permission to have this experience and go at it with the right attitude, with the right intention, with love in our hearts, I can now show up powerfully in love. And yes, that doesn't mean I'm going to submit to everything. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop fighting and standing up for what I believe in, especially when it comes to this empowerment. For me at the moment, it's really about boundaries, learning how to have healthy, strong boundaries without controlling, because controlling, again, it's just that fear of not feeling safe, especially when you trusted someone with your life and suddenly you can't trust anything that they even say. It's a huge adjustment. And so really learning to tap into your own alignment. What is true? What is real? And being able to follow your inner guidance system, your own intuition, to know this is the right next step to take for me, not what someone else says I'm supposed to do and in what time frame. So it's really relaxing, leaning in, allowing myself to be the full version of me and to start allowing joy back into my life. Learning, I've been doing a lot of Louise Hay's work, where it's like seeing where things are showing up in my body and in my experiences, doing Abraham Hicks stuff, doing Joe Dispenza's work, going to the mentors and the healers who help me to shift and work through these things, getting the support externally and internally for myself, making that time. And most of all, to just end off, is really just to empower myself, because no one else can, at the end of the day, make this better for me, can change my situation for me. Maybe they can step in temporarily, put a little plaster on it and make the symptoms go away. the pattern's going to keep repeating itself, and I ain't repeating that pattern again. So I really am enjoying the journey of discovering that I have the power in me. I have choice. I have options. I have possibilities. I have potential. There are so many new beginnings lying ahead of me, and I get to choose which one next and how, and have fun with it and bring in that joy and playfulness into it, along with, okay, let's put a structure together, let's put a strategy together, and if it doesn't work out exactly that way, that's okay. We'll reroute and we'll find another way. We'll take the scenic route. I love the scenic route. I love road trips, and we go and explore. So off the beaten path we go. That's okay. My hiking trainer loves loves that, to find an off-trail section that we can try out. So that's what life is about, and that's where I would like to empower myself even more and help to activate that for others as well. So if you would like to join me on this Fearless30 challenge, pop your details below where I can follow you and come and support you with that. Otherwise, follow along with my journey. I'm going to do my utmost best to show up for the next 30 days every day to share more of my journey with you. And let's support each other in really stepping into our true selves, to empower ourselves, to give ourselves the permission to really step out, to resource ourselves from a knowledge perspective, from an emotional perspective, from a physical perspective, resourcing ourselves, empowering ourselves to really step out and be the best version of who we can be. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to sharing my journey with you.